Without so much as a warning, life hangs in the balance. Human endeavor turns to chaos. And within seconds, nothing will ever be the same. Ever. I'm Ron Pitts, and you are about to see some of the most unbelievable moments of destruction ever caught on camera. Here, nothing created is permanent. No situation is without risk, and the outcome is always unpredictable. This is destroyed in seconds. A naval pilot is trapped inside this burning jet as it plummets toward the Chesapeake Bay. The pilot must eject, but is unable. How does this happen? At 5,000 feet, this F-18 is testing a new bomb deployment system. The mission? Drop a 250-pound bomb while a smaller Skyhawk chase plane observes. Then, the unthinkable. Without its right wing, the Skyhawk loses control. The pilot and co-pilot plummet toward Earth. The co-pilot manages to bail out and deploys his parachute. Hoping to regain control, the pilot remains inside, fighting for his life while falling at terminal velocity. Another look at the footage reveals how this incident could have been prevented. The bomb should have dropped, avoiding the Skyhawk flying 21 feet above. But the turbulence between the two aircrafts creates a vacuum, sucking the bomb straight into the chase plane. From this angle, the pilot clearly banks the Skyhawk to the left as he sees the bomb approaching. The aircraft is hit, and the pilot's desperate attempt to escape continues as he plummets toward Earth. With every second the pilot falls, his chances of survival get slimmer and slimmer. After falling for seemingly an eternity, an opening appears through the flames, allowing the pilot to bail out, narrowly escaping his burning jet. After falling for nearly a mile, the Skyhawk slams into the bay. Fortunately for the pilots, the test bomb was actually filled with concrete. Had the bomb been real, this incident would have probably killed everyone on board both jets. Naval testing procedures now require fighter planes to fly a minimum of 200 feet apart, so that a mid-air mishap like this one should never happen again. Non-stop rain and melted snow has the city of Portland, Oregon experiencing record-breaking floodwaters and precarious conditions. In the West Hills suburb, a man and his son head up the steep street to inspect a house they've been remodeling. The unstable hillside may have damaged its foundation.
We are going up Hermosa, up to the remodel that's sliding down the hill. Look at those things built on those hillsides. Man, they better hope they got a good foundation underneath those babies.
As the pair reach the house, the son feels uneasy.
This is the house? Does it say it?
All those trees and everything must be just kind of slowly sliding down.
Then, without warning, the saturated ground gives way. Trees start to slide down the grade.
Look at that. It's going right across the road. Look at Leer Park right there.
Good thing,
Wow, look at it. It's coming down the hill here.
But they soon realize this small slippage is just the beginning. They are standing in the path of a moving catastrophe.
Go!
The torrent of mud and trees slams into a parked truck. Its tires screech as the force of the mud pushes it downhill. And a full-blown mudslide is underway. The powerful mudslide picks up speed. Soon other vehicles that stand in its way are taken out just as easily. Finally, after traveling hundreds of feet down the residential street, the mudslide stops.
God!
The street acted as a downhill channel for the mudslide, enabling it to build up momentum and power, wiping out anything in its path. The incident caused thousands of dollars in damage.
Wiped out about 3-4 cars.
Fortunately, no one was injured when this force of nature destroyed the neighborhood. Frenchman Eric Baron, some refer to him as the Red Baron. Others call him the fastest man on a mountain bike. Eric holds 11 world speed records. 7 of those records were broken on snow. Here in the French Alps, Eric races to 137 miles per hour and clinches the world record for the fastest mountain biker on snow. Now Eric is taking his love for speed to Nicaragua and the sheer slopes of the active volcano, Cerro Negro. He's gunning to be the fastest mountain biker on land. But to set a land speed record, it takes much more than just tenacity. It takes technology. Eric's Formula One inspired carbon fiber mountain bike has been computer engineered to be light and aerodynamic. His custom-made race suit cuts down on wind resistance. The fairings turn his arms into wings, allowing him to steer the bike with his body. Even the handcrafted fiberglass helmet was built with speed in mind, not protection. After hours of trekking up the volcanic slopes of Cerro Negro, Eric gears up for a test run. For his first trip, he opts for a standard mountain bike. The run is a complete success. Eric reaches a top speed of 101 miles per hour, a new world record. Eric now knows that with this high-tech bike, he will easily eclipse the record he just set. With a slight push, Eric hits the slope. In seconds, he's scorching down the hill. He's already clocked at a record-breaking speed of 107 miles per hour. But his spectacular run is just about over. High atop Nicaragua's Cerro Negro, Eric Baron takes off on his second and final run of the day. Midway down the hill, he's already clocked at over 100 miles per hour. Slow motion reveals what happened. No one anticipated that parts of the bike, originally designed for snow, would fail under the intense vibration caused by the rocky terrain. It just takes one small bump to cause the front part of the frame to shatter, splitting the bike in two. Eric is thrown over 100 yards, and his aerodynamic helmet offers no protection. Horrified spectators rush to his aid, while others sit in shock. For a few short seconds, some think the worst. But there's relief as Eric starts to move. It's a miracle he's still conscious after this horrific crash. A bloodied and battered Eric is immediately attended to by his team, then rushed to the nearest hospital almost 2 hours away. Eric is left with amnesia and unable to remember anything about the accident. But a front-page news article jolts his memory. He knows he's lucky to be alive. After a long 5-year recovery, Eric decides that 11 world speed records is enough. Across the Danish countryside, windmills stretch high above the tree line, gracefully harnessing Denmark's most abundant natural resource. But when the Gulf Stream winds start to rage, these gentle giants can be pushed to the breaking point. Early in the morning, local residents notice a rogue windmill spinning out of control. Officials rush to cordon off the area. No one is sure exactly what will happen.
Jamen, vi har været rundt og arrangere de nærmeste naboer, Sikkerhedsafstanden har vi fået oplyst af Vestas er mellem 400 og 500 meter.
Then suddenly, without warning, a second look shows the centrifugal force shattering one of the blades. The rotor is then thrown out of balance and explodes into pieces. Jagged metal and fiberglass rain across the countryside, covering an area of over a half mile. Residents are grateful that no one is hurt.
Sådan gulvet det gav på. Og da han så kiggede ud af vinduet, så kunne han så se dele fra vindmøllen kom flyvende hen over taget.
Investigators determined that a faulty braking system allowed the gusting winds to spin the turbine more than 5 times faster than it could safely operate. The collapse is a reminder that even a man-made machine can be pushed beyond its limits by Mother Nature. The C-130 Hercules has been the workhorse of the American military for over half a century. Originally designed as a troop, cargo, and medical transport, the Defense Department plans on adding one more job description: rescue plane. 1980. In response to the 52 hostages taken in Iran, the U.S. government embarks on a top-secret mission, codenamed Credible Sport. As the situation in Iran intensifies, engineers rush to transform the 80-ton C-130 into a nimble aircraft capable of landing inside of a 350-foot Iranian soccer stadium. As it's currently designed, the C-130 needs 1,400 feet of landing space and 1,800 feet to take off. In order to shorten the distance, engineers retrofit the plane with rockets. These rockets slow the plane as it lands and provide extra propulsion upon takeoff. It has only taken a few weeks for the C-130 to be redesigned and rebuilt. As the top-secret mission approaches, pilots work diligently to master the complex, newly implemented features. But in October of 1980, just days before the surgical extraction is set to take place, Operation Credible Sport is derailed. In October of 1980, the U.S. Defense Department embarks on a top-secret mission to rescue 52 American hostages being held in Iran. The daring rescue requires the team of engineers to transform the 80-ton C-130 airplane into a craft so agile it could land inside an Iranian soccer stadium. Within weeks, the Hercules is modified and ready to go. Just as the plane is making its final test run, the mission is dealt a fatal blow. As the plane comes in for a landing, pilots mistakenly fire the rockets before the wheels touch down. The plane loses lift and slams into the tarmac. Despite the violence of this mishap, no crew members were injured. This setback not only derails the project, but shatters the hopes of everyone involved in the Credible Sport mission. It was not until the next year that the hostages were finally released. It's springtime in Parkersburg, Iowa, and a large tornado is bearing down on the residents of this small town. A bank ATM surveillance camera captures these images as the house across the street takes a direct hit. The tornado continues and another surveillance camera records more destruction, this time within the bank itself. First, the lights flicker. Then the approaching twister can be seen through the windows. Finally, the windows shatter, and the building and its contents are exposed to the full force of the tornado. Another angle inside the bank, and another example of the tornado's power. All said, 6 different cameras catch the moment of impact, and all of them tell the same story. A building is no match for the winds that exceed 200 miles per hour. Two surveillance cameras watch over a parking lot in Layton, Alabama. Just off screen, the tornado approaches. Extreme and sudden pressure changes preceding the tornado cause the atmosphere to become unstable, and the winds turn turbulent. This relatively small twister tears through the parking lot, tossing two cars and a truck into the air like toys. Another angle, it's clear that the tornado is barely 20 feet in diameter, but despite its diminutive size, it packs wind speeds that exceed most hurricanes. Surveillance cameras such as these provide a rare and close-up glimpse into the extreme forces of a tornado.
We're waiting for this all to begin.
In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a group of neighbors gather to watch as a helicopter removes two old air conditioning units from the roof.
Right up on top of the building.
Little do they know,
Way up.
they are about to witness a horrendous accident.
We're waiting for the big show to begin. Here they come.
The first unit is plucked off the roof and placed directly on the awaiting flatbed below. Workers unhook the cables and the pilot heads out to retrieve another load. The next pickup starts out just as smoothly as the first. The helicopter nimbly lifts the old AC unit off the roof. Next, he flies into position over the truck below. But just as he's about to make his descent, things start to go wrong. The pilot loses control, and the helicopter starts to spin wildly. In a last-ditch effort, he cuts the load loose. The 3,400-pound AC unit crashes to the ground. Unfortunately, it does nothing to steady the aircraft, which continues to careen across the sky. The pilot attempts to steer the helicopter away from the spectators below and find a safe place to land. Unfortunately, the helicopter can't be controlled. The helicopter spins out of control as the pilot fights to stabilize it. He cuts the 3,400-pound payload, but the chopper continues to be unresponsive. As it whirls across the sky, the pilot tries to maneuver the craft away from the onlookers below. All he can do is brace himself for the impact. Stunned, onlookers from all over rush to the pilot. A second camera on top of the roof gives us a bird's eye view of the impact. Within moments, emergency crews arrive at the scene and take over the rescue effort. Remarkably, the pilot only sustains minor cuts and bruises. An NTSB report determines that a failed coupling led to the total failure of the tail rotor. This footage serves as a tribute to the pilot that guided the falling copter away from bystanders. Bristol, Virginia. A state trooper is called out to investigate what could be a serious problem.
Okay, I'm on scene. Hopefully the fire department's on the way. It's a tanker of some sort. I don't know what's in it. We're in front of Holiday Inn. It looks like the cab is on fire.
The trooper runs over to meet the driver to get more information.
What do you got? Yeah, I know. What are you calling?
Huh?
What, you got gas?
Yeah, it's empty.
Can you separate it?
No way.
It's empty?
Yeah, tank's empty, but...
All right, come back here.
Although the tank is empty, still a major concern are the highly flammable fumes trapped inside the container as the cab continues to burn.
Just come on back here and you can't separate the two.
Well, not with that fire going like that. I couldn't get
Right,
that.
that's in. Fire department's in charge.
As firefighters arrive at the scene, the fire below the tanker continues to burn.
Yeah, I can run
Can you do that?
When floodlights on the truck turn on, A large plume of smoke is evidence of just how big this fire has become. Then, a spark. A closer look at the video shows a firefighter walking right towards the tanker when it erupts. Despite his proximity to the explosion, the firefighter escapes unscathed. Another look. This time, hotel surveillance cameras capture shredded pieces of the tanker flying into the parking lot. An investigation reveals that the truck's braking system overheated and started to burn, ultimately igniting the tanker. No one was killed or injured. This was Destroyed in Seconds. I'm Ron Pitts. We'll see you next time.